Hello friends, today I want to show you how to add a fringe to your project. The fringe can add a little bit of drama to just anything you are doing, and you can use for it the yarn leftovers, the ribbons, the yarn you were using for your garment or blanket. Anything you have on hand will do fine. Let's say you want to use the yarn you were using for your project. First step is to measure the length of the strands you will use to make a fringe. Just bend a strand, see which length you want to make, and then cut the double of the length. And to know how many strands of yarn you will need, just count the stitches of the edging, and the number of strands will correspond to this number. Now, to attach the strands, you will use the hook you were using for a project. Just bend your strand in half to make a loop, and pull this, make yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through both strands in the loop and pull. This way you attached your strand. Now repeat again with the next stitch. Now you will attach every strand you cutted in every stitch till the end of your row. The movement is always the same. I repeat it slowly so you can see how it is done. Besides, this is the most simple way to make a fringe. Besides, you can do the double stranding. So instead of one strand of yarn for one stitch, you can attach two strands. In this way you will have to cut twice. Number of strands will be twice as number of stitches, but the attachment process will be always the same. As you can see, this way the fringe will look more full, more puffy, and if you wish you can do this double stranding, or you can use the ribbons. You can use both ribbons and yarns. You can do one stitch ribbons, one stitch yarns. Only your creativity here is the limit. I like a lot to do some mixing up things and colors, or you can use some, if you have a lot of yarn leftovers, it can be a great way to use them. And also the same with the ribbons. I use them a lot for my projects, crafting projects, so I usually have a good stash of leftovers, and it will be a great way to use them, adding them as a fringe to your project. Another great way to add a texture to your project is the artistic yarns. They usually have beautiful texture like these yarns you can see. You can use just these artistic yarn strands or mix them up together with the ribbon. Both ways will work perfectly fine. And even if your base, like your project is done in basic stitches like stockinette stitch in knitting, or this as you can see, this sample is made in simple crochet stitch, adding a fringe with different colors and texture immediately lifts up your garment and adds it a beautiful movement.